Welcome to Ian and Beth Thriveology. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic: steps for working with your emotional triggers. If you've ever felt an overwhelming rush of emotions that led you to do something you later regretted, this episode is for you. Identify your triggers. First and foremost, it's essential to recognize what exactly sets you off. Reflect on past incidents and note down what actions or words triggered you. Identifying triggers and trigger awareness are key for managing triggers effectively. Understanding your personal triggers is the first step toward knowing your triggers and working with them. Learning how to identify triggers is a critical skill. Start a journal where you document your common emotional triggers. Write down a list of triggers from past and present incidents that caused a strong emotional reaction. Recognizing triggers in this way builds self-awareness of what triggers emotions for you. Some examples of triggers could include loss, grief, or fears. Understand why you're triggered. Dig deeper into why these emotional triggers affect you so strongly. Are they linked to past trauma or negative memories? Understanding the root cause, which often involves past trauma, can help you address the emotional baggage associated with these trauma triggers. This insight is key for learning how to stop getting triggered easily. Reflect on your past and connect your current emotional triggers to specific incidents. Write about these experiences to gain insights and emotional understanding of your emotional reactions and response triggers. Emotional journaling and self-awareness can shed light on why you get triggered so much by certain people or situations. Recognize your emotional responses. When triggered, what emotions are you feeling? Do you experience anxiety, sadness, anger outbursts, or panic attacks? Do you notice physiological signs like muscle tension or breathing difficulties? Identifying these emotions and bodily responses can help you pause and think before acting impulsively. Mindfulness and deep breathing can help you cope with triggers in the moment. Track your emotions when you get triggered. Note how you feel and why it seems urgent to respond immediately. This emotional awareness is a key aspect of emotional intelligence and learning how to deal with triggers effectively. Emotional acceptance, rather than avoidance of triggers, is an important coping strategy. Examine the story you tell yourself. Often, our reactions are based on the narrative we create about the situation. Challenge this narrative and consider alternative, less harmful interpretations. Reframing situations with a new emotional perspective is a powerful tool for managing triggers and stopping yourself from being triggered. Identify the story you tell yourself when triggered. Write down an alternative story that feels more calming and less reactive. Approach the process with emotional curiosity and an openness to emotional processing. Emotional reflection can provide insight into how to react when someone triggers you. Pause and consider the impact. Before reacting, pause and think about the long-term consequences of your actions on your relationships. This pause can prevent regrettable actions and foster healthier responses. It's a key skill for emotional regulation and knowing what to do when triggered. Assertive communication and emotional support from others can also help in dealing with triggers. Practice pausing when triggered, even in stressful situations. Reflect on how your response might impact your relationship in the long run. Emotional control and emotional management in the moment can prevent a lot of relationship issues down the line. Setting emotional boundaries is another important aspect of handling triggers. Working with your emotional triggers is a journey of self-awareness and emotional growth. By identifying triggers, understanding their roots, recognizing your emotions, re-evaluating your narratives, and practicing the pause, you can transform your reactions and build healthier relationships. It's a process of developing emotional resilience, emotional expression, and emotional intelligence. Emotional healing, emotional safety, emotional validation, emotional coaching, and emotional empathy are all part of the path to coping with emotional overwhelm triggered by others. Trigger warnings can be helpful to avoid triggers, but it's also important to develop coping strategies for how to manage triggers when they arise. Knowing your triggers is the foundation for learning how to handle triggers and how to stop being triggered. With self-awareness and practice, you can understand why someone triggers you so much and why you get triggered so easily. This empowers you to respond to emotional triggers in healthier ways. If you found this episode helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on personal growth and emotional well-being. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let us know how you deal with triggers and manage your emotional triggers. See you next time.